The current city council includes 3 times as many Asian American members as the last one. Sandra Ung, whose district includes Flushing and Fresh Meadows, is a lawyer by trade, an advocate for families, and a survivor of the Cambodian genocide. Emily No has a profile on the council member as we continue to celebrate Asian heritage this month.
Busy, right?
Busy. Queens Council member Sandra Ung's district can feel like a blur of New Yorkers going about their lives, some having spent the first part of those lives half a world away.
So the Church of Christ, yes, I went Saturday mornings for a long time to learn Chinese.
Ung similarly is an immigrant.
I actually don't share a lot about this part.
Having survived the Cambodian genocide of the 1970s as a baby and lived as a refugee in Taiwan for several years.
We didn't go back, and there was nowhere to go back home to. One day, my mom just stopped getting letters from my grandparents and from, her sisters, my aunt. And up to today, we don't know what happened to them.
Ung shared her story earlier this year at the State Democratic Party convention, one of the few Asian Americans in the speaker's lineup. She's among only 6 AAPI members of this 51-member council. The representation tripled that of the last council, but still not proportionate to the percentage of Asian Americans who make up the city's population.
We all came to, the city council seat in different ways. We also all have really actually different backgrounds.
In the council, Ung is prioritizing increasing language access, calling in part for funding for smaller community-based organizations.
Especially with the Asian American ones, I don't think we get the funding that we should be getting. And we are actually the ones on the ground doing the work.
On a recent day in Flushing, she advocated for other types of access. There was the reopened Flushing branch of the Queens Public Library.
As you can see, it's very crowded. Never underused, this library.
And there was accompanying Chipotle employee Brenda Garcia, who claimed she was fired for trying to unionize on her first day back at work.
When I heard about Brenda's story, I was appalled.
Ung says the political cloud of AAPI New Yorkers isn't where it should be.
Asian Americans, we are not known to be voters.
But just as others inspired her to get to the polls and get on the ballot,
this wasn't a path I thought was possible, frankly, before.
She hopes she can lead by example.
Seeing women running and then winning, I think gave me just the impetus to really think about when I should run for office.
Emily No, New York 1.